What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. DMZ missions are where it's at. Season 3 is currently running at this moment, and that brought with it a brand new faction called Redacted, and it's this faction, specifically a mission called Smoking Gun, that we are looking at today. This mission is a 3-parter expecting you to essentially clear out 3 massive areas on the OG Al-Mazrah map, and these 3 areas being the air traffic control tower, which sits near the airport. Of course, the second one here is the Al-Mazrah city post office, which sits within the city limits, and then we also have the US embassy also within the same area, all the way up in the north in Al-Mazrah city. All 3 of these areas are locked and they need specific keys to open them, but the good news is these keys are for sale from the buy boxes on the map. The bad news is the locations of the keys within the buy boxes are randomized, so you won't always be able to go to the same buy box to buy the same key, as this changes every time you deploy onto Al-Mazrah. That being said, as soon as you find the buy box with the key that you're looking for, you simply need to gather up 30k, and that gets you one of these keys. Now, you're going to need to get a key for each one of these areas, so shop around and find them. Of course, the alternative is also just to have a skeleton key. Skeleton keys is something new that we got in season 3, and this will essentially allow you to open any locked door. So skeleton keys are also going to be a way for you to get into these areas. Now on to what is exactly expected of us. We need to go into each of these 3 areas and clear them out of all enemies on the inside of them. The footage that you have running in the background now is me targeting each one of these individually, and this will be a lot easier if you actually bring some teammates with you, simply due to the fact that you can do this faster, and also there's less risk of you actually being down, since these are quite difficult and feature all of the things that you usually find in a stronghold, just dialed up to 11. So yes, you have shield minions inside there, and now in season 3 another factor can also be a specific champion, a specific captain spawning inside there called the Pyro. Now the Pyro is needed for some later missions, so it's not necessarily that you need to be hunting the Pyro down, but it's entirely possible that during your trip to unlock all 3 of these areas and clear them out, you will most likely find one of them to have the Pyro inside. The Pyro can be quite difficult to kill. He is quite crazy and essentially shoots you with incendiary rounds and sets you on fire the entire time. So just be aware that this guy could be roaming around somewhere on the inside. You will get the audio cue and it will tell you that the Pyro is nearby, so at least you're a little bit prepared. And one other thing I want to mention is that you need to be as fast as possible when you are clearing these areas out, since this most likely will be the main reason why this mission is so difficult, and that is that other players will find you doing these areas and then come in and essentially kill you. Season 3 has been the worst for being camped and killed and assassinated and just generally hunted down by other players that we've seen so far, and that's probably because a lot of the players have already unlocked their second insured slot and so on, and so therefore they've given up on doing missions and now they're just hunting players. So absolutely the most important advice I can give you here is to keep speed in mind and go as fast as possible. Don't worry too much about looting the inside. Oftentimes these areas, especially ATC, the airport control tower, has a huge amount of loot boxes for you to loot, and that eats up a huge amount of your time, and that essentially gives other players the ability, or rather the chance, to notice that you are working around inside these areas and then come and kill you. Either which way, I wish you all the best of luck, and as soon as you've cleaned out all of the enemies in each one of these areas, you will have 3 ticks on this mission, and it's on to the next one. And that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. Let me know in the comments down below if you struggled with this mission. Were you getting harassed by enemy players a lot? Other than that, it's just super important to me that you have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Until next video, fucking cheers.
They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me.